Imagine you've conquered the world's most prestigious racing series. You've won at Monaco, Silverstone, and Spa-Francorchamps. Then you decide to do something that sounds absolutely insane. Trade your sleek, high-tech F1 car for a 3,400-pound American stock car. Swap the narrow streets of Monaco for the high-speed ovals of Daytona. Give up computer-assisted perfection for raw, wheel-to-wheel combat. Most said it couldn't be done. These 5 drivers proved them dead wrong. Number 5. Juan Pablo Montoya. Let's start with a man who didn't just succeed in NASCAR, he became a living legend. Juan Pablo Montoya arrived in NASCAR in 2006 with something to prove. This wasn't just any F1 driver making the switch. This was a man who had won 7 Grand Prix races and gone wheel-to-wheel with Michael Schumacher in his prime. But NASCAR presented challenges that even Montoya wasn't prepared for. In Formula One, you race for 2 hours max. In NASCAR, you're strapped in for potentially 5 hours of intense physical combat. The cars weigh twice as much as an F1 car, and instead of racing on pristine circuits, you're throwing these machines around high-speed ovals, where the slightest mistake can trigger a 20-car pileup. Montoya's breakthrough came at the 2007 Toyota Save-Mart 350 at Infineon Raceway. Starting 32nd, he methodically worked his way through the field. With 7 laps to go, he passed Jamie McMurray and held on for his first NASCAR victory. The celebration was pure emotion. Here was a man who had conquered Formula One, IndyCar, and now NASCAR. His success wasn't just about talent, it was about adaptation. Montoya learned to be patient in ways F1 never taught him. He learned to save his equipment for 400 or 500 miles instead of going flat out for 200. He won twice more, including at Watkins Glen, proving he could handle both road courses and unique demands of NASCAR racing. But Montoya was just the beginning. Our next driver took an even more unlikely path to NASCAR success. Number 4. Kimi Raikkonen. If Juan Pablo Montoya proved F1 drivers could adapt to NASCAR, Kimi Raikkonen proved they could do it with style. The 2007 Formula One world champion was known for 2 things: his incredible speed and his complete indifference to everything except racing. While other drivers gave carefully scripted interviews, Kimi would show up to press conferences and answer questions with single words. His most famous radio message? "Just leave me alone, I know what to do." When Kimi announced he was trying NASCAR in 2011, the racing world was fascinated. Here was a driver who had mastered the technical precision of Formula One. Could he handle the rough and tumble world of American stock car racing? His debut at Charlotte Motor Speedway was everything NASCAR fans hoped for. Starting 31st in the Truck Series, Kimi showed the racecraft that made him a Formula One championship. He avoided the chaos, learned from his mistakes, and finished a respectable 15th. More importantly, he proved he could handle door-to-door racing, something many F1 purists claimed was impossible. But Kimi's NASCAR adventure was about more than just results. It was about a Formula One champion embracing a completely different racing culture. In F1, everything is clinical and precise. In NASCAR, it's about relationships, politics, and understanding the unique rhythms of oval racing. The Iceman may not have won in NASCAR, but he earned something even more valuable: respect. American racing fans embraced this quiet Finnish champion who was willing to start over and learn their sport from scratch. His journey set the stage for our next driver, a man who didn't just dabble in NASCAR, he made it his second career. Number 3. Jensen Button. Jensen Button approached NASCAR the way he approached everything in his racing career, with intelligence, preparation, and that smooth driving style that made him a Formula One world champion. The 2009 F1 champion had always been fascinated by different forms of racing. Unlike some drivers who stick to one series their entire careers, Button was curious about everything on wheels. So when the opportunity came to try NASCAR, he jumped at it. Button's NASCAR debut came in 2022 at the Circuit of the Americas, and it was immediately clear he understood something many F1 drivers miss. NASCAR isn't just about going fast, it's about racing smart. Starting 27th, Button showed the racecraft that won him 15 Formula One races. He avoided early chaos, conserved his equipment, and worked his way through the field. While he didn't win that day, he proved something important. Formula One champions could adapt to the unique challenges of stock car racing. What made Button special in NASCAR was the same thing that made him special in F1, his ability to get the maximum out of his equipment without overdoing it. In Formula One, that meant preserving his tires for crucial moments. In NASCAR, it meant understanding the draft, reading the air, and knowing when to be aggressive and when to be patient. Button's success opened doors for other F1 drivers to try NASCAR, proving that the skills that make you fast in Formula One can translate to American racing with the right approach and mindset. But our next driver didn't just succeed in NASCAR, he became one of the greatest drivers in American racing history. Number 2. Mario Andretti. Before we talk about Mario Andretti's NASCAR success, we need to understand something. This man didn't just race cars. He conquered every form of motorsport he touched. Formula One world champion in 1978, Indianapolis 500 winner, Daytona 500 champion. He's the only driver in history to win all 3 of racing's biggest prizes. But here's what makes Mario's NASCAR success so incredible. He wasn't even a full-time stock driver when he won the Daytona 500 in 1967. While most drivers spent years learning the intricacies of NASCAR racing, Mario showed up and immediately understood what it took to win. The 1967 Daytona 500 victory was pure Andretti. He took a calculated risk, made a late race move, and held off some of the best NASCAR drivers in the world to claim victory in America's most prestigious stock car race. What made Mario special was his ability to adapt his driving style to whatever car he was in. In Formula One, he was smooth and precise. In IndyCar, he was aggressive and fearless. In NASCAR, he combined both approaches, showing the patience needed for 500-mile races while maintaining the killer instinct that made him a champion. Mario's success in NASCAR wasn't just about one great race. It was about proving that truly great drivers can master any racing discipline. He scored wins and top 5 finishes throughout his NASCAR career, earning respect from drivers who had spent their entire lives perfecting stock car racing. His versatility set the standard for what a complete racing driver could be. But our number 1 driver took that standard and raised it even higher. Number 1. Jacques Villeneuve. Jacques Villeneuve's path to NASCAR success was unlike any other story in racing history. The 1997 Formula One world champion and 1995 Indianapolis 500 winner seemed to have racing in his DNA. The son of legendary Ferrari driver Gilles Villeneuve, Jacques conquered both Formula One and Indy car racing before he was 30 years old. But when his Formula One career ended in 2006, many thought Jacques was finished with top-level racing. They were dead wrong. Villeneuve's NASCAR journey began in 2007, and immediately it was clear this wasn't going to be a typical F1 driver experiment. Jacques didn't want to just try NASCAR, he wanted to understand it, master it, and prove he could compete with America's best stock car drivers. His debut in the Truck Series showed flashes of the talent that made him a Formula One champion. Starting outside the top 30, Jacques worked his way through the field, showing the racecraft and patience that NASCAR demands. But it was his Cup Series appearances that really turned heads. At tracks like Circuit of the Americas, Jacques showed he could handle the unique challenges of NASCAR's modern era. The high speeds, the close racing, and the completely different approach to vehicle dynamics. What makes Jacques' NASCAR success so impressive is the timeline. He made these appearances decades after his Formula One peak, proving that the skills that make you a great racing driver don't fade, they evolve. Jacques Villeneuve represents the ultimate expression of racing versatility. Formula One champion, IndyCar champion, Indianapolis 500 winner, and NASCAR competitor. He didn't just transition between series, he collected achievements across every major form of racing. What do you think? Which of these transitions impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below which driver's NASCAR journey surprised you the most. And don't forget to subscribe to Track Reactions for more incredible stories from the world of motorsport. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest videos about the legends who shaped racing history. This is Track Reactions, and we'll see you at the track.